Right, hello, lads and lasses. Welcome back to Boys Down Under, where the Celts are back at Paradise in the last league match prior to the international break. A host of players are returning. It should be an absolute cracking match, and let's sit down and break it all up. Before we go any further, though, please consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel. It is the best way to help support this channel and help it grow. So be forever appreciative of you guys if you did that. But without further ado, let's get into it. So, Paradise, Celtic Park, whatever you want to call it, Celtic are back at home, and it feels like absolutely forever. It has been forever, to be honest with you guys. 3rd of March was the last time we've played a football match at Celtic Park, and that was a 2-0 win over St Mirren, so happy memories from them. But still, that has been more than 2 weeks ago. Time absolutely flies. And anyways, Celtic go into this match in some top form. We have gone 30 domestic matches now undefeated. The football we're playing most recently has been absolutely beautiful. No team in the league can compare to it. Our last 5 in the leagues, last 5 games in the league have seen us take 13 points out of a possible 15. The only slip up was a loss to Hibs, but a draw with Hibs, which saw us took 1 point out of 3. But we remain top of the league, looking down on the Rangers by 3 points. How bloody good. Anyways, as for Mulkey Mackay's men in Ross County, they have been in some incredible form by their own standards as well. Full credit to them. They have won their last 3 of 3 league matches. They have sprung into the top 6 on 36 points. So well done to a Ross County team that I thought was going to be relegated at the start of the season. They've shown me very wrong and are very much safe out of the relegation zone now. And they very well, depending on how the next couple of games go, they could find themselves in the top 6 when the split comes. But as for injuries and suspensions, we'll begin with the away side. Only 2 players to talk about, David Cancola and Josh Sims. They are both doubts after missing last match. Albeit in saying that, the last match Ross County played was 2 weeks ago. So they've probably recovered by now if you know, we use common sense. But there's still the possibility they won't be playing. As for the Celts, we can mark 3 players off the injury list running into this match. Jota is back. He's recovered from his knock. Leo Labada, he is back. He is no longer ill. Then David Turnbull, the man who has been out for 3 whole months now, returns to the Matchday squad, with Ange saying he is going to be absolutely crucial to Celtic during the end of the season. The only player still out is sadly Kyogo, but as a lot of eagle-eyed Celtic fans saw, and the whole Celtic supporter base now, he was spotted in training by himself, you know, going through his rehabilitation, doing some ball work and on the pitch stuff. Great to see. So that leads us into the final score prediction, and that is it's going to be our strongest lineup possible. No one can argue saying it isn't. And if anyone feels we should be resting players prior to an international break, I seriously consider why you aren't in a psychiatric hospital. But 3 points heading into a short international break is an absolutely crucial, with the first league game back after the international break being a league derby at Ibrox. So that is going to be very, very interesting. But still, enough waffling. Let's get into the lineup prediction. And for me, I'm going with Joe Hart in goals. Then at right back, I'm pretty certain Josip Juranovic will get the nod there. Then the 2 centre halves, CCV and Carl Starfelt. Then at left back, it is Greg Taylor, who, you know, very poor in Europe this season, but in the league, he's been putting in some shifts. So fair play to him. Then into the midfield trio. Some may raise an eyebrow here. I think it's the most contentious spot of the field is the midfield. Obviously, Callum McGregor picks himself. He is the captain at CDM. Then I'm going for the box-to-box midfielder to be Matt O'Reilly. I think that is a given. Not a given, but I think it... Against Dundee United, it was clear when we brought Rio off, brought Rogic on, when O'Reilly slotted into that number 8 role, he was a much more effective with Rogic ahead of him. So that is, even though Rogic didn't have the best of games in that second half, still, I think O'Reilly as the box-to-box, then Rogic up top, a bit of form before he goes off to play for my country, Australia. Then into the front 3, Jota on the left has to be there, absolutely devastating on the wing. It's Jota on the wing, it's Jota on the wing. Then Through the middle, George's Giacomakis has to be GG. Great God, what more can I say? Then on the right wing, as you can see, I've picked James E. Forrest here. I think after just recovering from some illness, I think Leo Labata won't be right to start the match. I think it's safe to say he won't be able to start the match. I think certainly we'll see him off the bench. But yeah, I certainly see him on the bench, but I think Forrest gets the nod here. And after a strong showing against recently, Forrest, he does get to retain his spot. I think he's done well. Now that leads us into the final score prediction. And before we talk about anything Celtic related, I want to talk about Ross County and Regan Charles Cook. I've never heard of RCC prior to this year, but he has certainly found a lot of form, and it's been some very devastating form. He currently leads the league in goals scored. He's very hard to contain, as a certain Glasgow club would know. And look, he is Ross County's danger man, without a doubt. He is the reason they are doing so well this season. If anyone is going to find some magic, and if anyone is going to punish Celtic for shitty mistakes we make, it's going to be him. And look, in contrast, though, looking at it, they may have RCC, but we still have CCV. And no one is getting past the brick wall that is CCV. He's going to have to go over and try his hand at Starfelt, but, you know, the form Starfelt has been in recently, it wouldn't surprise me if he doesn't even get a look in on goal tonight. So good luck to Regan Charles Cook getting past CCV and Starfelt, but, you know, as we know, mistakes can happen, but still, they work together as a unit. There's no getting past them. It's a brick wall. Simple as that. Now, looking at Celtic, on the other hand, we have been scoring goals for fun recently. It's just, we could be scoring goals with our eyes blindfolded. You know, we just have a knack to getting the ball in the back of the net. Albeit, we have struggled in recent times scoring against Ross County, sorry. However, with the second worst defensive record in the league, you'd think that as long as we play our type of football, high intensity, fast paced, one touch, two touch, the goals will come thick and thin. It's just about opening up those floodgates in the first place, because we've scored, the team that has scored the most goals in the league, coming up against the team that has the second worst amount of goals conceded. It's a recipe for a pumpage, if you ask me. But as we all know, certainly against Ross County, pumpages are very hard to come by. They're very, They're a very compact and very well-organized defense, I think we could say. And look, I think set pieces, dangerous. Very dangerous thing. You know, for the love of God and for the love of my blood pressure, please, no more shitty fouls in dangerous areas. I am absolutely sick and tired of it. Just obviously sometimes we can't help ourselves, but just no stupid shit. No giving away the ball cheaply, no getting counter-attacked, no sloppy build-up play out the back, you know, and if we avoid all that, like I said, goals will come. As long as the floodgates get opened up in the first half, the goals will come. You know, we've got a Greek god up top. How are you going to stop a Greek god? There's literally no way, unless you get another Greek god. And I don't see any Greek gods in the Ross County defensive line or in net. So it's as simple as that. It's a simple equation that a kindergartner could do. We score goals, Ross County concede goals. We don't give away opportunities for Ross County to score goals. We win match. It's as simple as that. And I see Celtic walking away with a 3-0 victory. And I'm going to say Tom Rogic taking out man of the match. I think Tom Rogic will get 2 goals and he will assist Georgios Giacomakis' the third. Yeah. 2 goals for Rogic, 1 for Giacomakis. Rogic man of the match. As simple as you like. 3-0 victory. Head into the international break. For most of the squad, they can keep training with the squad. For the other players, they go off and represent their national team. Japan versus Australia is going on in the international break. I'm going to go see that. That's going to be hectic. Dyson, Maida, Rio Ishade versus Tom Rogic. How good. But, look, back to Celtic Ross County. Yeah, that's all from me. There's not much more else to say. 3 points, it's absolutely crucial. We need to be getting 3 points in every single game until the end of the season. Because if we get all 3 points from every single game until the end of the season, we win the league. Simple equation, kindergarten could do it. But that is all from me. So remember to like the video, remember to subscribe to the channel, leave in the comments below your final score prediction, and until next time, hail, hail.